Ronald Wayne Van Zant was an American musician known as the lead vocalist, primary lyricist, and founding member of the southern rock band Lynyrd Skynyrd. He was the older brother of two other rock vocalists, current Lynyrd Skynyrd lead vocalist Johnny Van Zant and Donnie Van Zant, the founder and vocalist of 38 Special. He was the father of Tammy Van Zant and Melody Van Zant. On October 20, 1977, a plane carrying the band between shows from Greenville, South Carolina, to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, ran out of fuel outside Gillsburg, Mississippi. The passengers had been informed about potential problems with the Convair CV-240 and were told to brace for a crash. Van Zant died on impact from head injuries suffered after the aircraft struck a tree. Bandmates Steve Gaines and Cassie Gaines, along with assistant road manager Dean Kilpatrick, pilot Walter McCurry, and co-pilot William Gray, were also killed. The rest of the band was seriously injured. Van Zant was 29 years old. According to former bandmate Artemis Pyle and family members, Van Zant frequently discussed his mortality. Pyle recalls a moment when Lynyrd Skynyrd was in Japan, Ronnie and I were in Tokyo, Japan, and Ronnie told me that he would never live to see 30 and that he would go out with his boots on, in other words, on the road. I said, "Ronnie, don't talk like that," but the man knew his destiny. Van Zant's father, Lacey, said, "He said to me many times, 'Daddy, I'll never be 30 years old.' I said, 'Why are you talking this junk? You will never be 30 years old?' And he said, 'Daddy, that's my limit.'" Van Zant's father later noted that, "God was a jealous God. Taking him for reasons I don't know." Ex-bandmate Ed King also reported hearing Van Zant saying he would never live to be 30 years old, saying Van Zant said it so often that he had gotten sick of hearing it. Lynyrd Skynyrd backup singer JoJo Billingsley recalled that Van Zant had begun referring to himself as the Mississippi Kid in the months before his death despite being born and raised in Florida. She noted that, eerily, Van Zant's only connection to Mississippi was the fact that he would ultimately die there. Van Zant's younger brother, Johnny, took over as the new lead singer when the band reunited in 1987. Ex-Lynyrd Skynyrd guitarist Ed King recalls the intense sadness of Van Zant's funeral, noting that people in attendance were so overcome with grief that they were literally falling down. Van Zant was buried in Orange Park, Florida, in 1977. His body was relocated after vandals broke into his tomb and that of bandmate Steve Gaines on June 29, 2000. Van Zant's casket was pulled out and dropped on the ground. The bag containing Gaines' remains was torn open and some scattered onto the grass. Their mausoleums at Orange Park remain as memorials for fans to visit. 10 years later, the new location of their interment was accidentally revealed by a Craigslist ad. A family selling 2 plots they decided not to retain, ran a Craigslist ad and stated the plots were in the Jacksonville Memory Garden Cemetery in Orange Park, Florida, adjacent to Ronnie Van Zant's tomb. According to the cemetery listing website Find a Grave, Van Zant was reburied at Riverside Memorial Park in Jacksonville, near the grave of his father Lacey and mother Marion. Both his current resting place and the empty mausoleum in Orange Park are listed, with the statement, "Due to the June 29, 2000 vandalization of his original gravesite, his casket was moved to this new location and buried in a massive underground concrete burial vault. To open the vault would require a tractor with a lift capacity of several tons. It is also patrolled by security.